In this video, let's go through question 2. So, question 2. We have an equation where the sum from the value of 0 until 2 of 3 minus I times x to the power of I is equal to the sum from the value of 5 until 7 of the product 6 times 1 minus I minus 6 squared multiplied with x to the power of I minus 5. Okay, so what does it all mean? Well, all that it says is that we have to substitute values from 0 until 2 into I here and x to the power of I over there. And on the other side, all it says is that we have to substitute the values from 5 until 7, which is, well, 5, 6, and 7, into the I over here and into that power over there. So let's do it. And one last thing, the sigma is just the sum. We are adding. We substitute the values and we are adding them up. Here and here. So let's do it. We would have 3 minus, what's the first value for I? 0. So 3 minus 0 multiplied with x to the power of 0. Now we are adding them, remember? So plus 3 minus 1, that's the next value. 3 minus 1 times x to the power of 1 plus 3 minus 2 times x to the power of 2. So that's on the left side. Now let's go to the right side. First term will be 6 times 1 minus, what's the first value for y? 5. So we substitute 5 into I. 5 minus 6 squared times x to the power of 5 minus 5. 5 minus 5. Let's go on. We are adding them up, so we add the next term, which is going to be 6 times 1 minus, instead of I, we're substituting 6 now, minus 6 to the power of 2 times x to the power of 6 minus 5 plus, and the last term would be 6 multiplied with 1 minus 7 minus 6, 7 minus 6 to the power of 2 times x to the power of 7 minus 6. Okay, now let's solve it. Let's go all the way here, see what we have. Change colors. So 3 minus 0, that's just 3. X to the power of 0 is 1. So here we would have 3 times 1 plus 3 minus 1, well, that's 2, times x to the power of 1, well, that's just x. Okay, plus 3 minus 2 is 1 multiplied with x squared. X squared is equal to, now from this side, what do we have? 6 times 1 minus 5 minus 6 squared. Well, that's just 1 minus 1 squared is 1. So 1 minus 1 times x to the power of 0, because 5 minus 5 is 0, which is again 1. Plus, we go to the next one, 6 times. So we have 6 times 1 minus 6 minus 6 squared, that's just 0, times x to the power of 6 minus 5, that's just 1, plus, and the last term we have 6 multiplied with 1 minus 7 minus 6 is 1 squared, and 1 squared is again 1, so it's 1 minus 1 times x to the power of 7 minus 6, which is just 1. Okay, let's see what we have now. Let's write them a bit more neat. So 3 plus 2x plus x squared. 3 plus 2x plus x squared is equal to 6 times 0. Okay, 6 times 0 times 1 is just 0, plus 6 times 1 times x, well, that's just 6x, plus 6 times 0 times x, because 1 minus 1 is 0, so that's just 0 again. Okay, now it looks pretty good. It's much better, much shorter. So we have 3 plus 2x plus x squared equals to 6x. Okay, we can write this as x squared plus 2x plus 3, and let's take 6x to the other side, so we can keep all the x's on one side. Minus 6x equals to 0. What does that mean? Well, let's go on. So we have x squared plus 2x minus 6x. That's just x squared minus 4x plus 3 equals to 0. How can we write x squared minus 4x plus 3? We can write it as x minus 3 times x minus 1 times x minus 1 equals to 0, which means that either x minus 3 is 0, either x minus 3 is 0, or x minus 1 is 0, which means that x is either 3 or 1, and that's the two possible values, and we are done.